Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now. I started this little group on purpose with inspiration. And the reason that I started this group on inspiration is just because I am in a position where I am successful in business, but I've hit a wall, and this wall has been in front of me for a couple of years now. And I know that, I'm working towards different ways of getting around, under, or through this wall. And this is actually one of them. I began reading the book, The Confidence Gap, and it has all exercises in it from beginning to end. You read, you stop, you do an exercise. You read, you stop, you do an exercise. And they're really very good, and the content is really very good. So I thought I would love to have people to do this with. And so that's where this started from. So we're reading a book, The Confidence Gap. And I'm hoping that when we're done with this, we'll continue on together with, other things that we can do. So one of the things that I decided to do, and this was another thing that was just a spur of the moment by inspiration, is read the book up to the next exercise. And I created a Facebook page so anybody could get on that Facebook page and join in that Facebook page with this and work on the exercises as we go. And maybe we can develop a community of people that are really serious about making changes in their lives and, doing the work that it takes to actually do that. So I'm going to read it now that you have this, little introduction thing. Okay, so here we go. The confidence gap. And I don't know if I said this, but if I didn't, if I make a mistake or something, I'm just going to stop and I'm just going to, correct it and move on. Okay? All right. I'm not going to do any editing. That would just be way too much work. All right. So here we go. The Confidence Gap, A Guide to Overcoming Fear and Self-Doubt by Russ Harris. And the first part is part 1, warming up. And here we go. 1, why bother? So what's in this book for you? On one level, the answer is obvious. You want more confidence. But I want you to dig a bit deeper because confidence is not the end of the journey, is it? Presumably, you want that confidence in order to achieve something, to make changes that will improve your life. Imagine that you magically have all the confidence you could ever have hoped for, but nothing in your life changes. You feel supremely confident, but you continue to act in exactly the same way as before. In every aspect of your life, there are no changes in your relationships, your work, your health, your social life, or your recreational activities. You continue to go through the same old daily routine, doing the same old things. You walk and talk exactly as before. You don't start any new projects. You don't pursue any new goals. Your performance doesn't alter in any way. Your character doesn't change. You don't treat yourself or others any differently. You behave in exactly the same way as you did before. The only thing different is that you now feel confident. Would you be satisfied with that outcome? I've asked hundreds of people that question, and no one has ever answered yes. This is hardly surprising. We don't want confidence just for the sake of it. We want it for a purpose. We want it to help us achieve our goals, follow our dreams, or perform better in some domain of life, such as sports, business, music, the arts, public speaking, parenting, or socializing. That's why I ask my clients, if you had all the confidence in the world, how would you behave differently? What sort of person would you be? And what sort of things would you do? The answers I get to this question vary enormously. I'll give you just a sample. Dave, a 50-year-old psychotherapist, would be more creative and start writing that novel he's been dreaming about for over a decade. Claire, a somewhat shy 33-year-old receptionist who hasn't been out on a date in more than 4 years, would join an online dating agency and start meeting some new people. She would also become more outgoing, open, and talkative, both at the office and among her friends. Ethan, a senior manager in a large corporation, would be more effective at making decisions under pressure and better at giving performance appraisals to his staff. Raj, the owner of a very successful restaurant, would take out a loan and open the second restaurant he's been dreaming about for over 2 years. Kaula, an insurance claims processor, would leave her empty, joyless marriage and start a new relationship. Rob, a 42-year-old real estate agent looking for a change in career, would enroll part-time at a university and start studying for his MBA. Sarah, an unemployed dancer, would attend far more auditions and dance much better in front of the judges. Phil, a semi-professional tennis player, would play better under pressure and hopefully win more games as a result. Chloe, a shy 28-year-old scientist, would make more friends, spend more time socializing, and behave in a more genuine, warm, and engaging way in social situations. Seb, a 44-year-old taxi driver, would start making love to his wife again. For the past 3 years, he has avoided all sexual activity for fear of failure. Dana, a junior manager in a large manufacturing company, would contribute more in meetings, including sharing her genuine opinions and giving suggestions. Alexis, a 28-year-old mother of 2 young boys, would be more assertive with her domineering, hypercritical mother-in-law. Now that you've had a glimpse of other people's desires, it's time to connect with your own. Please take as long as you need to read through and carefully consider the important questions that follow. In a world where you had unlimited confidence, ... How would you behave differently? How would you walk and talk differently? How would you play, work, and perform differently? How would you treat others differently, your friends, relatives, partners, parents, children, and work colleagues? How would you treat yourself differently? How would you treat your body? How would you talk to yourself? How would your character change? What sorts of things would you start doing? What would you stop doing? What goals would you set and work toward? What difference would your newfound confidence make in your closest relationships? And how would you behave differently around those people? What difference would your newfound confidence help you to make in the world? Please take some time to reflect on these questions before reading on. Get clear about the purpose underlying your quest for more confidence. Your answers to these questions are vitally important. They will provide the values and goals for your ongoing journey. All right, so he wants us to quickly explore, he says. Take a few moments and quickly explore it. I'll type in these sentences that we're supposed to contemplate. In a world where you had unlimited confidence, how would you behave differently? In a world where you had unlimited confidence, how would you walk and talk differently? So that's our first exercise, and that's what we're going to do, and that's that. Now, of course, you move on in the book as much as you want to. Most of us start gung-ho on things and then peter off. So I think that just moving in a slow and steady pace is a beautiful way to actually see this all the way through.